Thank you so much for letting me have 37 wonderful years.
When Monica Kaufman Pearson retired in 2012 after 37 years on the WSB TV anchor desk, she never intended to slow down. But her recent liver cancer diagnosis changed everything.
So here's where the liver was cut out.
An abnormality in her blood work was picked up during a routine physical, and Winship Cancer Institute surgical oncologist Dr. David Kooby confirmed the diagnosis.
I love the team approach here at Emory, and the fact that all three of my doctors listened to me and listened to my concerns. Again, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing as a reporter. So when Dr. Kooby met with us and said, you know, we don't even have to do the biopsy, we're sure it's liver cancer, then I had to wrap my mind around it and go, okay, you've got to trust him.
Kooby didn't waste any time in getting Pearson into surgery.
And so I took her to the operating room shortly thereafter and performed a right hepatectomy, which is taking out 55 to 60% of the liver.
Pearson's husband was very worried.
The surgery went longer than I think Dr. Kooby had originally anticipated. And he said it was a possibility that it would go long simply because, again, he had to be so careful in his approach.
Kooby says the location of the tumor made the surgery challenging, and while in the OR, he made a surprising discovery.
And we don't know exactly why, but in her unusual situation, a lot of her tumor was actually not viable, and that means it was actually dead. There were still some live cancer cells within the tumor, but for some reason her tumor had sort of burnt out. We don't know why.
Pearson was lucky, and her prognosis is good.
You're doing great.
I think what this cancer diagnosis did for me, it made me realize that I really am in the last third of my life. Now, the reality is at 68, this is the last third of my life. And I think what it did to me was make me want to do those things that I really love versus doing things that I kind of sort of like.
Oh my goodness.
As for her advice for other cancer patients,
I always say let your attitude be one of gratitude, because you have this for a reason. And maybe it's to make you slow down. Maybe it's to get you in touch with your faith. Maybe it's to make you get in touch with family you have been divorced from. It makes you sit down and say, what's really most important to me, and to examine where you are in your life.